it is pointless to resist.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 255, being recorded on April 24th, 2024. I'm your host, Arden Moocher. Got Scott Solo here.
What's up, nerds?
Got the Bootleg Joe.
Hey, yo, nerds.
And Grand Admiral Franz.
Sup?
Grand Admiral Franz does not look happy today, and we're going to find out why. Not yet.
Too early for it? Because I mean,
not yet.
Okay, all right.
But I am going to kick it over to you so you can
premature gratification.
If the shoe fits.
Well, Scott, take it over real fast and get our Shadow Council shouted out and everybody who's being digested in the pit because they're ready to talk Star Wars, get mad at. I don't know. We'll see what goes on tonight. So take it.
All right. You got it. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for coming to this amazing breakdown of the most awesomest episode of the Bad Batch ever. So we want to give a special shout out to our Shadow Council. That is AJ from the Forbidden Panel, Brandon and Anya Epler, Brian C., Cliff, Commander Cook, Crystal E., Dennis McGrath, Don the Dad Dorn, Eric Grubb, Flavy Davy, formerly of the Nerds with Attitude podcast, Gavin Connor from the Holy Hour All Cure podcast, who I accidentally butt dialed today and talked to him for a couple minutes, so that was nice. Justin the Vanilla Thunder, Luke, a.k.a. Lob or LOB, still haven't gotten that clarification yet. So Lob collects Mervine Bolanos, Matt Logic, Nicholas Schaefer, Papa Schmitty, Ryan, and the Star Joe's podcast. And hey, if you want to join the Shadow Council, just scan that QR code right there, donate a couple bucks, or you can always, just do a super chat. That's kind of cool too. But if you're a member of our Shadow Council, you could get one of these awesome shirts that say the Shadow Council on them, produced by our friend and showrunner Darth Moocher. So there we go.
A one-time deal.
It's like it's never happening again.
Already pre-mat on that, but yeah, go ahead.
All right, we are also currently digesting Luis Laro Martinez Ramos.
What's
Rhino
up?
Hobby.
Hey. What's up,
We've
Rhino?
got Matt Logic 44.
Matt!
Oh, I like this. This is nice. Don the Dad Dorn.
Don! What's going on, Don?
Mando Mike.
Hi.
Hi.
Dude,
What's up, Mike?
dude.
Hey, Mike. know that.
he was going nuts in the chat already. I was like, is he on crank? What's he doing today?
I know, right?
Somebody's out of control. What's up, Mike?
Gavin Connor.
Gavin!
There we go. Let me see who else we got. We got Bootleg, but he don't count. He's right
You
there.
don't get it. You don't get it. Bootleg!
I mean, he counts, but
Yeah. And Obi-Wan Chingones.
Chingones!
And Santo 1414.
And Santo, what is happening?
nice.
There we go.
I'm not gonna highlight Mando Mike's comments, but okay, we love you too. So, all right, now
Yeah, that
since-
was fun.
So, if anybody's been paying attention to Star Wars news across the galaxy, there is none because we are in we're in this. We're okay. Let's move Bad Batch aside real fast, but we are in this calm before the storm, waiting on the Acolyte, May 4th. All that stuff's going to be happening soon. TM. So what we have to do is we have to sit and watch Bad Batch, which is every Tuesday or every Wednesday. Some of us watch it midnight, and some of us forget to watch it midnight, like me. But I think it's time. Just click the button, man. Just click it because
Okay.
It's coming. Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's coming. Brace yourselves. Right. Which one is it? There it is.
I know it says
How-
Chris is pretty mad, but
I'm about to go. I'm ready. I've been holding this in for a minute. Go ahead.
wait, before you do that, because this might you might have to put baby Abigail a bed just a little early because maybe some language is gonna be flying here. So
Hey, and we didn't do Michael Nostalgia. What's going on?
he's saying Federation representation. Jeez, this Bad Batch episode has really got me tongue tied. Putting baby Abigail to bed. Hope you guys and the families are doing great. We are. So there's gonna be probably some earmuffs things going on today, but I just want to set the stage a little bit, okay? And then
So-
I'm going to kick it over to Chris.
Do I also need to hit the button for Moocher's rant so we can get them both on at the same time? I mean,
I think once I start
We can
my
dual banjos.
yeah,
yeah,
this is
there
the
we go.
setup. This is
Ding,
the
ding,
setup,
ding,
and then
ding.
once I get into it, then yes. But
Okay.
the setup is well. Let's welcome Ernie the Fallen Fett into the show.
Ernie!
I didn't even know I hit the button. Damn, that was fast.
He just ate that hamburger
Hey,
really fast.
Congrats on
Yeah.
500, Ernie.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Welcome,
you.
homie.
All right, Ernie. You know what? Perfect timing, dude, because I don't know if you got a chance to watch The Bad Batch, but even if you haven't, you guys know our history with it. We review it, we watch it, and this season we've been saying like, oh, this is
Oh, it's really good.
it's a series finale. It's a series finale. This is it. There's no more. So it should end in this huge climatic bang, and then our worrisome like how we're seeing it transpire versus what we're trying to talk around it. It's just going this one direction. It keeps going this one direction. Now we're at this funnel where we got one episode left. So about 25, 30 minutes left. And take it away, Chris.
Why? I was so happy all season thinking that we're going to have like this 3-episode arc, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be cool that you're going to have, okay, here we are escaping. Here we are fighting. And here's the resolution. And we're going to the path, right? Okay,
Yeah.
my own fault for that part. And I still think it's happening, though, even with this episode,
It's still,
right?
I'm going to write this down.
But I mean, dude, like how many?
Chris still
There's
thinks-
no filler episodes until the last 3 or 4. And all of a sudden, we're just going to fill the shit out of it until the last one. I trust in Filoni. You guys see me saying that every day, right? Trust Filoni, trust Filoni, trust Filoni, trust Filoni.
Right.
Let's do it, right? I know he's going to come through big, but he's frustrating the shit out of me the last couple episodes because what was this all about? Like, really, this was a long 20-something or short 20-something minute episode to show me the Zilla Beast.
Yeah.
Period.
Because
I'm totally with you because you guys know I do other shows as well too. So even over on Boba Squadron, I know, sorry, shocker, so shocker. Our breakdowns are like 6-7 minutes, and all the rest are talk because nothing has been going on. Honestly, it's been the same here. Of hey, what about this? What about that? Because it is difficult, and I know we've all tried to feel the same thing as it's coming.
Yeah.
It is. But like I said it here last week was I hate these cliffhangers. Like, why do we need a cliffhanger right now?
Yeah.
We know something's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
Why do you keep doing that? But I'm still going to stick to, and I think we're going to get shocked. And I think this last episode may be movie-like the first Clone Wars. And it's going to be like an hour some.
Oh, didn't we have a runtime for it?
That's the only. I don't think it's correct though. But that's what I'm saying is it's going to pop on and it's going to be like this epic ending. Like over an hour. Movie time.
That's really some hopeful shit right there.
Well,
but that's where I'm at because of like you can't just say, "Oh, they died." Like we can't say that.
Well,
you know, oh, they died. Like a bomb goes off and the Zillo Beast just runs out.
Yeah,
and
she's riding the Zillo Beast. Right? She knows how to control creatures. She's going to ride that like Boba on a damn Rancor.
With a bunch of rocks behind her.
Just like family, right? The Fets have a thing for being able to control animals. So, I mean.
The Fets have a thing.
Right?
You're right.
Boba's ridden the Mythosaur or whatever the hell in the holiday special and the Rancor and, you know.
And I do want to put this out there. Like, the reason why we're kind of like getting a little bit harsher on the Bad Batch is because we're looking at it as a show that's a staple in the Star Wars timeline, right? So, like Chris brings up the path, we bring up all these other things, and we bring up like Asajj. Why? Again,
why?
Exactly. That's why. I was trying to talk myself into like, okay, we only got like one episode left, and then at the end of the day, all said and done, when this is in our timeline, what did we accomplish? And now, and it's. I understand people saying just sit back and enjoy it. It's like a spin-off of Clone Wars or whatever it is. It's like that's cool, but I mean,
when they introduced Mount Tannis and the cloning and the Operation Necromancer and everything else, it became super freaking massive in canon now, right? It went from a cool, hey, post Order 66 and let's see what's happening to how it transitions to the Empire to oh my god, now I have ramifications for the next 50 years plus, right? Because this is stuff to the Emperor. So it's like, you're going to wrap it up in 23 minutes next week? F that, dude.
I heard somebody in one of the Facebook saying something about they set up another spin-off, and I'm like, I don't see it, and
Asajj, the path. I get that.
No, they were talking about Echo and somebody else.
Yoko has two. Captain Rex and Friends is going to be our Saturday morning cartoon style. I'm like, okay, I'm with it. And then we're going to get
you guys with that.
We're going to get the baddie show of Fennec and Asajj of them grouped together. And I'm like, ooh, I'd watch that too. But you're right. Everybody's saying, well, there's going to be spinoffs.
They're saying like this might be the end of the Bad Batch, but it's going to continue. So like they can dangle the fruit a little bit longer on this other Clone Wars.
I'll stick with the very end with Omega going with Asajj. I think that's the end we're going to get. That's stuck in my heart.
Well, because
if that doesn't happen next week, I might not even come on the show, dude. I might just take the day off.
Chris is already pre-mad for next week's show.
You might get a hot topic while you're taping this.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! You're gonna go.
I'm just gonna yell at all of you.
The three of you guys are gonna be pissed, and it's just gonna be me and Moocher here. Like, well, that was a show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And Scott and Joey and Chris just keep popping in. Stupid. What happened? Why?
I mean, yes, not a whole hell of a lot happened in the episode, but I still enjoyed it.
The last three episodes, Scott. Not a hell lot happened in the last 3 episodes.
Right, but we're talking about this one, and
but
how many times do I need to see that red box fly by Omega?
Yeah.
How many different ways did I need to see it?
Well,
right, that was
really hard.
It was 23 minutes, and 8 of it was her. I
still enjoyed it. There was funny parts in this one. There was like that. Thanks for the hand and stuff. I liked it, Chris. I did. I liked it. I
I mean, I didn't hate it, I guess, but I'm like, I created.
No, I didn't hate it, and I did see it as.
Well, I like
show,
you know what I liked about it? He was talking to us.
Yeah,
it was kind of that fourth wall thing because nobody was around, right? Thanks for the hand.
It would be something one of us would do. I would do that coming out of a room. Yeah. I would make a joke, look at the camera.
Dad jokes.
Dad
jokes.
Nobody's there, but I'm breaking the fourth wall in real life. Not that I do that.
Oh, I do it often. I do.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Man.
I know that there's.
I'm sorry. The crosshair part 2 about not wanting to leave Omega was fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Just that little bit where he's all, she didn't leave me. I'm sure as heck not going to leave her. That's why I think they stick together. Either, or he's the one that sacrificed.
Well, he goes,
at this point. But they've all done something for her.
Yeah, and then Rampart says,
well, it's the whole thing with Rampart.
I'm like, we don't have time. There's not enough time for this, for more deposition on character. Like, there's not more time for this character development. We're at this, like, the next one's called Here Comes the Cavalry, and it's like, you know what I mean? How much more time do we have conflict with Crosshair's loyalties? And I know that's going to come to play because they showed a shaking hand, and the loyalty was questioned by Rampart. But it's like, I don't know, man. Again, they might have something in store next week that we just kind of go, okay, it all makes sense. It's great.
So do you guys think that there will be a betrayal? Do you think that Crosshair will do something, like somebody will say, another Order 66 kind of moment where he snaps?
Oh my God.
That was that whole scene right there where Rampart was like, sure you have. And he was looking at him sideways and
he waited for his chance.
Shaky hand.
Yeah,
he did. So, and we all know that Rampart was part of the TK program and that he was part of the not brainwashing, but he had conditioned Crosshairs even further. He was torturing with the mind flayer thing that he was zapping him with. Yeah. Do we think that that's going to equate to another betrayal at the last minute?
I think no, because we don't have time, but I like it. I like it a lot. If I had 3 more episodes or they did this 2 episodes ago, right? Because I think that's great. Because all of a sudden he busts out with a execute Order 99 and Crosshair turns on Clone Force 99. That's awesome.
You see Don the Dad Gordon here. Order 99.
Right, that's fantastic.
And then they have to kill him.
That needs to happen
right on the spot.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we keep hehearing that that is a very bittersweet ending to it, or a very
that's not bittersweet, dude. That's fucked.
No, that's
there's one.
Yeah.
That's what that is right there. That's a mess.
That's bad. Yeah.
I wouldn't cry at that. I'd be like, what are we doing today? I don't even know. I don't know if I'd love that or hate that, to be honest. Because I'd be like, whoa, they just shot Crosshair. That's wild. I don't know.
Yeah. I honestly think at the end of the day next week we'll be okay. We'll be fine. But we will actually put the show in its proper place. Meaning, this is what the show did. It wasn't that important as far as like
I still have faith, dude. I have faith. This last 23 minutes is going to make me forget this rant and this pre-mad and this whole madness and be like, see, trust Filoni.
That's
all I want to say after next week.
We've gone through this.
I'm upset.
And we've gone through this before with his other animated shows, right? Season finales and sometimes series finales. They kind of, it's like we had the final 4 episodes of the Clone Wars, which were incredible, right? The Ahsoka on Mandalore, but the episodes before it were episodes were like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah, but that arc, but the Ahsoka arc was great. That's 3 episodes.
4 actually.
What are we getting right here?
Yeah, I know. It's are we going to get 4 episodes worth of content in one 23-minute episode? I mean, this thing has got to be nuts.
It's got to be tight
because if
with the Zillo Beast involved.
Well, if it ends with, like I said, using the Zillo Beast, Omega, I think the kids are escaping. I think they're going to be saved, and I don't know if everybody's going to survive. But like, if that's like like I said, that the point for 3 seasons was to do this, because again, everybody gets themselves captured and then they have to be rescued, and it gets another person captured and rescued. It's a rinse and repeat thing. I don't know what the show really did other than
showing
a time.
It's
like
showing
where
the
time
force sensitive kids getting taken. It's showing what the Empire is doing for the clones. I get that. That's cool. It didn't take 3 seasons to get here.
No, that's like I said, we already knew that. And
and I guess again, when it started, it was just a transition from clones to the Republic to the Empire, right? And that that does get boring. Turning it into the clone, cloning of the Emperor and all this stuff and Tantus, it made it really cool and really neat. But now it's just like,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's just whatever the show.
But you can see where it's important. You can see where it can be. And if this last episode does the things it's supposed to do, tell us about. Get the kids safe. Get the Zillow Beast doing whatever. Get the Bad Batch honor out. Get Asajj in here.
Save the clones.
Save the clones.
You got to save the brothers.
Okay, wait. And then when Rampart gets captured, you got to save him because he got
Rampart's going to run off and get shot.
Anyway, Saber Smith is checking in. He was saying that Rebels was an hour long or so. Yeah, we don't know the runtime if it's
the Rebels. Whoa, hey, balloon. The Rebels finale was 2 half-hour-long episodes that were played back to back. So we're not even getting that this time.
And I don't remember.
I don't know why this entire time until I think last week I thought we had a double episode to end. We've had 2 double episodes and the finale is not one of them.
Not so far.
This could be a longer finale then maybe.
Trust Filoni, trust Filoni, trust Filoni, trust Filoni.
Here's the question for you guys too, right? So the Bad Batch start. When did the Bad Batch start? 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago, we had the premiere of the Bad Batch. You usually with Filoni, you seem to get this idea that he knows where he's going, right? There's a trajectory, there's a course. He plots the course. He hits hyperdrive, and we just go, right? The path wasn't introduced until last year, which means that if the path is introduced in this episode, and Filoni wasn't really a part of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, did he have to, if it goes that way, did he have to pivot to shoehorn it into the path if it goes that way? Yeah. Or is it just,
I think this would be, it's close enough. I think it was easy enough because they could have used Fennec, honestly, without Asajj to figure out the Tannis stuff, right? Do you agree that Asajj was kind of this middleman?
Sure.
Fennec went together. We could probably do that without her. They put her in here. He probably did shoehorn her in, right? To do this, to give her up at the end, and that kind of gave him a different way to go. I bet you there was a pivot.
Okay.
If it played out this way, I mean, if it doesn't, I mean, again,
I don't know
what a miss it is when you have these sensitive kids literally going out of path, getting saved by bounty hunters and clones.
I can't put that much credit into an animated show about a side characters like the clones of clones and stuff like that. When the masses don't consume this kind of stuff, I don't think we're going to get those pivotal moments. We're going to get the smaller ones like little baby steps to it.
But the creation of it isn't a huge deal to everybody else. It only matters to us, right? And then the pivot is now that, and the reason they do
you're going to have to do it again.
Now we get the Asajj show in animation.
I don't think so, but yeah.
But we put that much faith though in Rebels, and Rebels was another animated show that not a lot of people watched. And here we've got Ahsoka, which picked up up from some of those threads. So
but Filoni even said you don't need to watch Rebels to understand Ahsoka when it's all said and done.
He said that. He's full of shit.
Well, he said when it's all said and done. I maybe not just first season, but when it's all said and done, man, nobody's going back and watching Rebels but us.
Like I said, my son who grew up in this home.
Yeah.
Right. He's all, Dad. Is this important? I'm all, yeah, man. You got to watch Rebels.
Well, of course, we always say that, like, to get that stuff, but I just don't. I don't think we're gonna do the path twice. Like what I'm trying to get is like, okay, we do this, and even if it's a mention to get a Omega there, and then do it again in.
But we're thinking like the big
Andor
story
or something.
Would be, it's called the path is the thing, but the big story is Asajj going out with Crosshair and Omega going out hunting hunters of Jedi children, trying to get them first. That's a story, not just let's go underground and try to be hide. They're going to go out there and save people. That's
I agree that the spinoff was going to be if it was logical. It would.
You couldn't put that in live action. Nobody would care. And they honestly wouldn't, but you put it on a cartoon.
Why not?
Put it in.
They did themselves a disservice if they created the path and they don't go back to it. Right.
Of course.
They created a path for a reason, to
and name drop
people that are very imperative to the characters, right? Like Quinlan Voss is very imperative to the story of Asajj Ventress. If you're going to do that, you're going to bring her back in your very next show. It just seems like a miss if they don't tackle the path.
Exactly. And they're Clone Wars characters.
You made a good point.
Yeah.
You made a good point of saying you want to see the end with Asajj picking up Omega, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Asajj land with Quinlan and take the kids. And I think, though, we're going to see that tear between Omega and Asajj and the crew, and we're going to see her pick the crew. I don't think she's going to go with her.
I don't think the crew's going to be around for her to have much of a choice.
You think they're going to kill him off?
Not all of them, but I do think that there's not. If she does go, it's going to be because there's no choice in the matter. The only way to stay with her remaining brothers is to go with the path.
That's the bittersweet. It wouldn't be bittersweet if she stays with them. It wouldn't be at all, and it would just be sad if somebody died, not bittersweet, right? So it's got to be a breakup amongst them. So there has to be some survivors, some split. Or the bittersweet is it's just two of them going off with Asajj because the other ones all got blown up.
Yeah,
like Crosshair because he betrayed him again.
No, I don't. I think there's too much for twice, dude. I'm sitting here I had the path in my head, a Zilla Beast attack. How can we fit that?
I have the path, Zilla Beast. I have Asajj and Finland coming. I have
what's that?
I'm still waiting. But the programming is a great point, though.
Yeah,
the shaking of the hand has been focused on.
It has.
So what is all that? We all say PTSD, right? But
every time.
But what did happen though? It was here again. As soon as they got on the ground, focused in on the hand shaking.
Yeah.
So that's that's
like he's fighting himself. You guys are absolutely right. I didn't pick up on that at all.
So it could be him. And then we get the Rampart of I told you so. Maybe he even turns on Rampart, and that's our But I don't know. Rampart did wait, like we were talking with Scott, he waited for his chance to say that. They zoom in on the hand. You can have that.
Of course.
So, I mean, we need that. And
coming back.
Rogue One ended up doing it, right? The correct way. They killed everybody off. We have our story. Then they gave us a prequel to Andor. So, I mean, it was done right. The thing that's different here is we knew they all had to die, right? And this one, do we really know that? Like, can they survive?
Yes, I say yes.
Live by themselves or what?
There's another person that we have not seen this season, and that's Commander Cody, right? Cody has not returned since
I thought
last
you were
season.
Boba Fett. I was like,
yeah, dude.
Again, too many factors.
You're right. There's no Cody. We still have the random Agent X
assassin, right?
What the hell? There's two.
Okay, so now it's going to be 2 hours. So the finale is going to be
so
2
many
hours.
Threads. There are so many open threads
2 hours,
that need to be, taken care of right here.
And
how do you do that in
all this? And the last one is here comes the cavalry, right? Or cavalry arrives or whatever. And we're thinking that nobody's showing up on Tantus, right? The question on here was, does Asajj know where Tantus is? No, nobody knows where Tantus is, and nobody's going to know where Tantus is.
Okay, but they landed. I know they crashed, but they had to get a signal out to.
I don't think you can signal from there. I think they're going to block everything out of that joint. There's no way. If they're that careful already, what's going to have the cavalry are the other clones. That's the cavalry. They let them out. Here, come all the brothers out.
And is Cody going to be there then?
Cody's the assassin.
That's the trick.
Cody's the assassin.
I didn't want to think it, but that's the only way to wrap it up quick because you need them both. That's the only way.
You don't think Echo could have sent out a coordinate or something, or like
exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Oh.
Echo. Well, there's no reason Echo couldn't.
He didn't get captured, and he's still running around, so he could definitely. Again, I think I'm looking. The security on the thing is too much. Where I don't think signals could be sent out. That's why it's all set in place. The smart move is that, and the cavalry thing is the Zillo Beast and the clones that are there on Tantus to uprise.
And somehow they're going to get out. Whoever gets away gets away. Then we connect with Asajj.
But
it's going to take about 4 hours.
Yeah, but I think okay. So, but if you have the Bad Batch and say why to watch the Bad Batch? Because this set up this, and it was like a little part of it. Yes, it's 3 seasons, a lot of filler, a lot of cool stuff, action, whatever. It's still a cool story to follow. But what did it do to the timeline? And you're 100% right about Quinlan, Asajj, those 3 kids. Maybe Omega. That's the whole thing about like where
then the whole show just becomes a prequel for the Path show.
It does.
Right? The whole show.
Exactly. And that's fine, right? Because it's standalone plus a continuation. Yeah. Well, if you go with Asajj and stuff like that, you wouldn't need to have a Kenobi season 2. It would all be there, and then when Kenobi sees it, it's like aha, and it's that.
It becomes. Go ahead.
It all comes full circle. I mean, the very first act they did in the Bad Batch episode 1, season 1, was rescue Kanan, right? They saved Kanan from the other clones. And it just, full circle is going back to rescuing Jedi, rescuing these kids. And they've gone nowhere. Yeah. There's no development there.
And now that you guys talked about Crosshair and stuff, I am on board with that. Yeah, I think the fighting it, I don't think it's PTSD. I think it's fighting it because, again, that's the one thing I took away from tonight's episode was, why did Rampart say that? Why are they closing in on it? This again with 1 episode left. Why are they doing it again? Because if they didn't, you can chalk it up to he was tortured and he was treated to the point where he's got nerve damage and all that stuff. You could do that, but the more interesting thing is he's going to turn on them and Omega's going to have to kill him. After trying all this stuff, but forced.
That would be wild.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Yeah,
it's, but it'll be forced. It won't be like he turned bad. It'd be a good struggle that Rex. I'm going back to like Rex struggled with it and almost killed Ahsoka because of the Order 66. But Crosshair is not going to be so lucky. He's going to have to. I don't think he's going to fight it, and he's going to know it too. Like it's going to be a very sad thing to do. Like he's gonna probably tell him, kill me or else I'm gonna have to kill you. Like he's gonna have to say that, right? Like,
do you think
kill me?
Do you think the kids are gonna make it?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be leading to the like I said, the Asajj. I think Asajj is coming back.
Another great part that I loved in the show was, you're gonna have to cover me. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? They're
just kids there.
The doctor's staring at you in this circle of room. Cover me. Wow, what do I do? Throw something at the.
They don't even know what that means.
What's her comeback? We'll think of something.
Yeah, it was. You guys got this.
My tummy hurt. That's what they thought of.
It was pretty funny though. Yeah, but it was funny to show. They're like, oh, okay, what's that?
Yeah, Rhino Hobbies.
What do you want us to do?
This was good too. Rhino Hobbies. I love when Omega said, "My brothers are here to get me." That was cool. That was cool about the hearing the explosions and the laser fire, and she immediately put like they're coming back for me, and that's I like that. That was again. There are some things to enjoy, but of course, what a lot of people do is we look at things about how important or how impactful these stories are, and sometimes they don't have to be right. They could just like Boba Fett show. It was just the thing. It wasn't impactful. It was just like what they did. It was just ruined a character. That's all that
the most important part of this whole Disney Plus storytelling was the Book of Boba Fett. Calm down.
We're going to launch into that too, because Alpha's going to show up. I just dug into Reddit real fast to see if there's any kind of rumors or anything, and Hour 10 is the rumor. Somebody had
Hour 10 is a rumor.
Had a screenshot on Tumblr where it popped up for a minute or whatever, and then they took it off. Whatever it was.
We need I'm not.
It could have been doctored. It could have been bullshit. We all know that.
But with that, just having it out there, I'm not as pre-mad if it is a bigger show.
If it's an Hour 10, I'm straight. I'm good. Right. But right now, as it stands.
Yeah,
I'm angry.
20-minute episode, dude.
How would you guys feel if the immediate opening is somebody getting shot?
Oh yeah, I'll be on that. Man,
what happened?
I'll be in the chat so fast.
Yeah.
Watch it now. Watch it with me. Let's do this.
Do a watching party.
That'd be hilarious. That's really what we need to do. Just at least to be mad about it.
Just to be like, what that? Yeah.
We're gonna get to be Hour 10, and for an Hour 8, I'm gonna be like, what is going on? And then Asajj.
What I do like though, what the show is getting us this kind of animated and emotional about this show too, because we do care about this, like these characters, and you know, in a sense, you know what I mean.
No,
so we are
season I care about. That's what sucks. The last two we weren't like this. We're like, Jesus, get
yeah.
You know?
Because otherwise you'd be like,
they were
who cares?
But this is better.
Because again, I know that there's people who absolutely love this era of Star Wars, Clone Wars, and Bad Batch. It is like their thing, and they're really, really passionate about it. And again, we look at it too that way, but it's also okay. We want to see the stuff that they put on gave us already have some depth, some
that's what I think they're doing.
Substance. And again, it's not over. It's not over.
No, and when we look at it at the end, let's think about it. You're going to go from the everything's right in order. It's perfect. I mean, it's going to land in Kenobi event. It really is just the way the saga would go if it was all live action, right?
Yeah.
From Phantom Menace to right through to the Clone Wars to it's just perfect. It's perfect. And then right? Everybody stays in a story for a long time. You don't see a main character and then they're gone, right? Anywhere. You when you think about that for a minute. So now Omega is not going to be a one series and done character. If she lives, right? She's going to carry on somewhere, and it's going to be the path. Or I think the Emery character overall was created just to get us into a ready mode for an adult Omega.
Yes,
that would make sense.
And we saw her turn turn good this episode too. The one thing that it was like foreshadowing since the first moment we saw
typical
her.
Clone though. I was just doing my job, right? I did like that part too,
and that was throwing in
that before. That was good doctors follow orders.
Yes, right? Yeah. And Rampart threw that into their face too. That's a new mantra, like kind of.
I like Rampart, dude.
Yeah. Talk about Rampart. I mean, come on, dude.
I love every time something happened, he was screaming, and it was hilarious. I was laughing at him all episode long. It was great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, there's a couple good things in this episode, obviously, but it's just not the time for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is like mid-season. This was like mid-season
red boxes,
anticipation.
That is a filler. Put 4 droids in this episode. Type of filler episode. I was dumb. I'm so mad about that kind of stuff. I mean, the episode could have been 10 minutes.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
no, it practically was.
Yeah,
it could have been. She spent so much time in that room with all the red boxes, and they were walking through the jungle and being attacked by a monster. Which
that part, there's always a monster anymore.
Yep,
we're very monsterish, yes.
And another monster with the Zilla Beast. So yeah, but I really, really enjoyed the episode, and I still think that Hemlock is one of the best new Imperials ever come out in animation.
I want him in a Black Series and a Pop. I want both.
Yeah,
I need a Hemlock.
Yeah, do you guys agree with the Sabersmith? He would never show up, but Hemlock looked like he was panicking this episode too. Do you think there's a little break in that armor there on that?
I think so.
Well, I think the whole thing is his life is in jeopardy.
If somebody tracks Tantus, it's an issue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And that's going to be the final. Like
that's it. We haven't seen the Emperor at all, right?
Yeah.
In the first.
Well, we saw him the first episode.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Right.
Hemlock.
Oh, you let people get in here and attack.
What if the cavalry is the Empire itself and it's Tarkin?
That's what Chris has been saying.
I've been saying that weapon turns around and it's the bad guys is the cavalry.
Yeah, because Tarkin's pissed that he didn't get an answer and knows what's going on there. That's my money.
Yeah.
And we know that's what he's been after.
That's his life.
So
the Emperor is pissed. Yeah, the cavalry is. He sent Vader in.
I like that. The Hemlock is on his knees, going like, "But I thwarted the
holy shit." If he sends Vader to Tannis, I'm out. Yeah. I'm out.
Oh,
I can't handle it.
I can't handle it.
So we still also haven't seen what's in those cylinders, right? We haven't seen the clones that they've been working on in those cylinders, which they hinted at in the first episode. So there's another thing that
they don't say what they're doing with the blood either.
Wouldn't it be cool if that was a bunch of Anakins? Actually.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, he's trying to make a better Vader.
Vader.
Oh, damn.
His is broken.
I broke the last Anakin.
I broke the last Anakin. He's missing legs. I had to mod him. I want the original mint and box. So he made one.
It's funny.
That'd be cool as hell.
That would be cool.
But we did get the Zillow Beast. And it's being contained in the pool with the
oh man.
With the Death Star technology. That's all they could
miniaturized Death Star tech, baby.
Miniaturized tech, just to put it to sleep.
Unbelievable.
And of course,
he's been sitting there getting zapped for 10 years.
Yeah,
zap to get big. That's how they grow.
I thought it was
right. I thought just been
it was just
did it grow?
Sleep. Yeah.
No, that's what took it out. They had to bring that ship in and shoot it.
Yeah, they were shooting it with energy. I don't think so.
You're right. It does take electricity. He's right. It takes power.
Yeah.
Yep.
To get bigger, but that whatever beam that is what takes it down. It's like
the
purple electricity, right? It was something about purple makes it bigger. It's like
yeah. It was like it was a different layer because they had all the cannons focused on it to subdue it.
Well,
it fed off power. That's why it was in the building.
That shot is what made me think of Tarkin. Was because like he walks in and he comes in and takes them out and he sees that and is like, put that on the Death Star.
But he's seen that before. He was in that episode. He was in the Zillow Beast arc, wasn't he?
I don't know. I don't remember.
No,
the Emperor was.
The laser ray itself looks like the laser from the Death Star.
Oh, yeah.
The way that it's cut and it goes into the triangle.
Oh, gotcha.
Is this Zillow Beast the same Zillow Beast from the Clone Wars, or is this the one from season 2 of Bad Batch where they encountered another Zillow Beast?
I think it's the season 2 one.
Wait,
season 2?
When did they encounter a Zillow Beast in Bad Batch?
I don't remember that at all.
Season 2, episode 11, Metamorphosis. Bad Batch encounters the Zillow Beast. So yes, this is the
what was after that?
I don't know. It was.
I
don't think it was in our Bad Batch bingo, but
what season was it?
2.
Oh, really?
Season 2 was last season.
Yeah, it wasn't even, and that was like near the end of the season. You know what I paid attention to? Cloning.
It wasn't big. It wasn't big then, but this one is.
This one wasn't as big as the Zillow Beast in Clone Wars,
right?
So they're cloning them.
Right? Yeah, they're cloning them. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm like, I don't care. I just don't care. Like the Zillow Beast, like that's just me, guys. You know, they're cloning them for what?
Didn't come to be overrun by Zillow Beasts and cloned creatures that they shouldn't have been messing with.
It's that. We almost had this technology, but it was thwarted at the end.
That right there is season 2 of Bad Batch, episode 11, where they are actually cloning a Zillow Beast. I think that was on Camino too. I think I don't remember 100%. So,
yeah, cool.
There you go.
Then I would say that's probably the same one from there. Since I'm a little disappointed in that, unless this is a direct clone of the other one.
That's right.
Which they'd have to explain because it's
they would have to need one to it just no,
that's the one. The other one that I didn't feel was as big as the other, but I just
we just know that's the tool to escape Tantus, the Zillow Beast.
You know, another thing though too that I laughed at that part, and it's so funny because it seems so Star Wars, is there was only 2 dudes there with the huge Zillow Beast.
Yeah,
as long as they have a laser. The other one standing in front, right?
With the laser malfunctions,
and like no real safety around it, right? It was just a couple guardrails and a laser,
right?
Like, they had guardrails, which is unusual.
It was so Star Wars.
Yeah, they actually had guardrails, which is a big step in the right direction.
That was just trying to stop the Zillow Beast.
That was true. They don't give a damn about the troopers.
They did not spare expense when they made the Death Star. Remember, just slap it together. We just need it to function. I mean,
the laser.
Make
sure to get a nice table.
Yeah. Get this table in here. What about guardrails? Don't need it.
Don't need
them.
But the Emperor needs a couple going up to his throne.
Yeah. There's a lot of guardrails there.
Yeah,
a lot of places to fall.
Yeah.
That's what when I was saying like about the Zillow Beast is because I mean as far as I know, as far as we know, it's not it doesn't do anything in the future. Like there's nothing
this is supposed to wrap up George Lucas' stuff, right? And Zillow
so that's
Beast is very
like,
George Lucas-y.
If it's just a catalyst for the escape
stuff,
then that's what it is. But as far as cloning it and technology, I don't think we're getting anything further. But we know it's not.
No, because when he took it, there was a reason the Emperor took
shield, the armor.
The armor. So I need that described. I need that explained in some
Man,
way.
Chris, I'm writing a book.
That's
here
their fault, dude. That's their fault for doing that.
I know.
They pulled that thread. You know?
I mean, okay, hour 15, sure.
Because it's just a passing thing. Like, honest to God, when you're explaining the Zillow Beast, you're like, oh, the Zillow Beast. Why do you
so
even
this
have
whole
that?
thing wraps up.
Blah, 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 blah.
The last 5 minutes of this is my prediction. The last 5 minutes after it's all wrapped up and whatever it is, and with the Asajj comes and we get all this Hemlock, we're gonna see Hemlock we're gonna have him basically like reestablishing Tantus. We're gonna see the Emperor come in and they're gonna have the dialogue, and then the Emperor's gonna kill Hemlock for his failure, and then he'll put someone else in charge, like maybe Tarkin or somebody of importance, somebody of a different importance.
What other character
I don't know.
could that be? Let me think.
Wouldn't be Krennic, wouldn't be Tarkin, because they're both on the Death Star project.
Thrawn's in the Academy, if even there. It's not him. It would have to be somebody maybe we don't know.
But maybe not a head scientist. I'm talking about like an
Imperial.
An Imperial, like Tarkin's already trying to interfere with the thing, right? So he says, like, basically, Tarkin, get this in line. That's
Yularen would work.
Yularen would be awesome. Yeah.
That would be cool.
But that would be
he's
directing
ISB.
ISB. Yeah.
Well, he could. Yeah.
No, that's a pretty top secret joint, right? It's you gotta have somebody probably we don't know about.
I'll tell you what. One thing that I learned from the Bad Batch is that I wouldn't mind working for the Empire. You can just say when you want to get promoted, like I think I should be
in the early years of the Empire. Yes.
And then he's like, okay, the position's yours. Can you keep a secret? Let me show you a secret. And then in this one, she was back talking to her boss again. Yeah. She's supposed to be the one in charge, and she tells her something about your lack of caring for the kids or something like that, right? Where she had told her,
you're worried about the kids is unwarranted. About the subjects is unwarranted.
Yeah. And again, I'm like, dude, you can't talk to your boss like that. Like,
I know. I thought that, you know what, Ernie? I thought the same way. I'm like, how dare you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's one of those people that was a peer a minute ago and is upset you got that gig.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
Yeah.
So,
that's what I got out of all these. Is, you know what? I wonder if the Empire
could talk to clones that way. They're pushovers.
That's probably what that is. It's probably, you know what, that I'm sure there's a racist thing against clones, right? I mean, there is. So
there is. Yeah,
that's pretty legit.
Yeah.
So
probably like you're getting phased out.
She's from a separatist world, doesn't like the clones because they came and attacked. Oh, I like the backstory on this chick. we're knocking this out. Yeah.
So what happens
in a derogatory way? That was a totally endearing way.
There's another cartoon episode for us. Is her story.
Boy,
that's the spin.
So what happens if the Zillow Beast is set free and it just kind of runs rampant across Wayland, and that's it? That's the end of Tantus, because it is utilizing all the energy that those facilities produce.
It's his planet now.
It's his planet.
It's Jurassic Park. I'm saying that's what it becomes. They all of a sudden all their creations get out and run amok.
But Tantus is gone, Chris.
I actually no. I actually think I kind of like the idea of the Hemlock dying by the Emperor, but the Emperor reactivating a new Hemlock.
There you go.
We don't know about his hand, right? Hemlock's hand. He's always rubbing the hand. Yeah, he's
oh my god! The Emperor has this dude's hand as the original piece, and every Hemlock that comes out doesn't understand why their hand is weird. I think this.
Love it.
That's how you got to do it, but it'll never happen. But that's freaking wild. That's cool.
2 hour.
What if that's the end? The Zillow Beast does destroy everything. We don't see the Emperor, but the Emperor comes flying in his Tidarium shuttle, and he lands, and everybody comes out again. The chick with the glasses, Hemlock.
Oh, it's just like
right, and he has to let's try again. Right,
here we go.
There could be another Hemlock and another. What's her name?
The other mountain.
Other mountain. Right.
Doing the exact same shit. Whoever gets there first
for that.
So so are we watching Bad Batch A, and then there's Bad Batch B?
The multiverse
but it's right there across the street. It's just happening.
I'm actually in love with the clone Hemlock idea. We were kind of on there anyway. I'm kind of stuck now. If that doesn't happen, I'm going to be upset too. Shit.
You gonna choose ending A or ending B?
Yeah, that's a big
choose your own adventure. I love it.
Which mountain?
Are we
Go to Mountain
Are we
C.
turning to page 57 or what?
Yeah.
I hated those because no matter what, I always died.
Always died
I
from
could
arrows.
never pick-
Arrows from the ceiling.
I always go the dumb route just on purpose.
I always cheated. I always went and pre-read everything.
Me too, Joey. I went to both. Like the first two sentences. Blah 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 blah.
Yep. I want to win.
Yeah.
Rhino Hobby saying so. Both Hemlock and Crosshair have bad hands. Yeah.
It's a side effect of something. Then they've both done, like being cloned.
Oh my
Or
God!
being
What if the
cloned and
hand is
brainwashed.
the key for cloning?
Yeah,
So he has
Like-
Crosshair's hand. You see them all in jars. You see
Like-
that. You see Luke's hand. Oh my God.
Luke with Luke,
Yeah.
right? It was the
Yeah,
hand.
it was the
that
hand.
Yep.
Oh man,
And that's
dude.
why. That's why you
Yeah.
cut off hands all the
we're
time.
setting this up.
I mean,
I love it.
Oh,
If-
right. And there you go. If you're cloning a bunch of Anakins, there's a bunch of Anakin limbs lying around. You can just
No
go
doubt.
scoop them up and
You know, Palpatine's been collecting them.
yep. It's its own personal collection of Anakin.
Surprised he didn't run out and grab Windows.
There's the Empire, the Tales of the Empire Lost episode where Dooku, when he cuts off Anakin's arm, he picks it up, puts it on, goes back there, goes back on Geonosis, and picks it up. And here's the hand here's the arm that you wanted, and the Emperor puts it in the jar. I mean, it's there. It's all there, right?
So I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Terminator.
That's
Oh.
it. So now what do we have? We got a bunch of clone Anakins, Zilla Beast
This
with
is
the
way out of hand. It's what it
Commander
is.
Cody,
in 34 minutes.
Way out of
Cody,
hand.
Hemlock, the other Hemlock, the other Cody. Yeah.
Asajj, the Path, Quinlan.
It's way out of hand, dude. Because even if it was a 30-minute episode and they
Emperor.
crammed
Lot of
it all in there,
A lot of hands.
like
yeah.
and if they went and by the list, boom, checkpoint, every 2 seconds, or it'd be like, oh my God, my head's gonna explode because now I forgot about half these plot points.
Yeah, I'd have to watch it 8 times and then be mad at it.
Yeah, we'll have to forget about some of them.
I'm so excited about it next week. I can't stand it. I can't wait to be disappointed.
I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't had Sid return yet, and I hope that's not the big thing at the end, right? They bring in Sid.
Dude. If I see Sid in the finale, I will throw something.
Sid's the cavalry.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah,
No, the Calvary's either the clones or the Empire. It's
Yeah.
nobody else. Nobody we think where's going to be. The very end, we'll see that
because of the security of Wayland. It's because
even
of
when
that,
they leave, they won't be able to like leave a trace of it. You know, whatever they have there, or whatever happens, however space works, they're not going to be able to see it.
Yeah.
And oh no, the Nava computer is busted. You will hear the Nava computer is jacked during next episode at some point.
Just like that. Sir, the Nava computer, it's jacked.
God, I hope Wrecker is in the front. It's gonna be Wrecker. Oh God.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is what we have, right? This is what we have to consume at this point.
There was a lot of cool shit we came up with, right? So I mean, next episode could be really cool.
But that's the problem.
Really
Chris.
disappointing.
Every week we
not
do
going
this
to
stuff
be.
with the cool shit that we come up with, and then we get this thing. We go, all right, scratch that. Here's a slew of other cool stuff that we come up with. All right,
That was one of the
scratch
best
that.
because
Here's-
everybody has some dumb shit to bring up, and it was all awesome.
It is
I love it.
awesome, and
The Sarlacc Digest always coming up with awesome ideas that never come to fruition.
Oh,
I like this better than watching the show.
I did too. Forget next week. We just finished it. That was
We had a whole
awesome.
we watched a different Bad Batch. If you really think about it, from day one to now, our talk went like universe breaking, like galactic. We had Vader.
Vader. I forgot about Vader on Tannis. We gotta. Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
To have Vader step foot on Tannis to me would.
Where
I don't know
is
why. It's just cool.
Thrawn right now in the timeline?
Thrawn's in the barely.
So he's just in that book.
If
Okay.
in the academy, he might still be in the ascendancy.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
he's still in the ascendancy at this
Yeah.
point.
It's
Okay.
we're barely past Order 66.
I'm just trying to get that headspace of where things are. You know what I mean?
He
need
might
the
be here
diagram.
5 years for Thrawn.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's important to bring up a lot too, as far as like the time frame of a
Yeah, I
lot of these
agree.
shows, especially like this right here, because
It's like Tarkin's not as high ranking. He's still involved, obviously, in very.
I don't know if
but
he's a Grand
not-
Moff yet at this point, right?
He might be a
No.
Moff. He might just be a governor.
Governor, I would think. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the
As a matter
Moff
of fact,
came
didn't
later
they-
based on the Tarkin
Didn't
book.
they? They called him Governor Tarkin, didn't they?
They do all the time, though.
Yeah.
They always
Leia did it too.
true.
Yeah.
Leia,
Governor
yeah.
Tarkin. Yeah. But
you know what? His shit is always messed up, right? Because the Grand Moff and the Governor, they had to really screw and explain that a lot in canon. How he has governorship of this and the title of that, but it's not military. Blah, 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 blah.
Right. It's the regional governors. That's why we need us. We need this to break it all down and remind us. And again, that living, breathing timeline that always happens.
I do love some Tarkin, so having some more Tarkin in there would be good.
Yeah,
man.
We got him as far as like the checks and balances. Hey, what are you doing over there? Okay, I'm not going to ask the Emperor.
It's just kind of nice to see that he exists and he does have.
That's what it is, right? Yeah. I don't need a check mark of Tarkin, whatever it was like.
That makes it that just shows that he's been there since the beginning until almost the end, right? Like he was there that whole.
Oh, I mean, he was involved in the Clone Wars. He's
See, we don't need much of him. He was only there a second. Same with all the other stuff. We don't need a lot of the things to make us happy and explain stuff. Just
the only thing, exactly, and we don't need redemption stories on everybody that comes in there because Tarkin from day one had a sadistic,
evil
plan on him. Like he was always looking 10 steps ahead and opposite of like.
The book didn't do anything to change that.
No.
It made
Tarkin,
him. He was a very
Sheev are pure one-sided. Yeah, they're chaotic evil for you D&D nerds.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need more of that.
Yeah, well, yeah, because everybody's got a redemption story. I feel
Hemlock
Hemlock
seems that way, dude. Hemlock
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say Hemlock is a chaotic evil. He is for self-preservation, though. But he's on the side of the Empire. Like there is no redemption for that dude. I don't think. I mean, he's killing kids.
I don't think so.
Or I don't kill him, but he's torturing kids or whatever.
Well, no, we saw how we know what numbers they are. What 32?
That's true. 50 something. Yeah. And
plenty of little Padawans running through there.
Let's see them, right, Joey?
Dude,
body bags.
No,
don't give me another checklist. Don't give me another checklist.
No, you get another row of amber frozen people. And they're all these kids.
Where does that come back into play, right? Because
next episode,
right? Or doesn't? Yeah.
Next episode, man. It's all coming.
Oh man,
that's gonna be that's the cutscene. That's the end. After we see all the good guy stuff.
Yeah.
Then, like you said, the Emperor lands. We go with New Hemlock. We go through the other mountain, and then we see all the crazy shit happening. Not just this silly. This is where all the testing is. The crazy garbage is in the other mountain.
Yeah,
where Sabayoth is.
Felipe is checking in. What's up? He's asking, does Hemlock? Yeah. Does Balin? Well,
could you imagine Balin being the
shit, I just went
right. You caught that right. Balin as the warden of the mountain over there.
Oh,
instead of Sabayoth. This is a Clone Wars general.
Clone Wars general, but he was a Jedi overall, right? The Jedi, unless they bend the knee.
So was Sabayoth.
Yeah.
Are we talking? Is would you say that Balin would be a clone of the original Balin skull?
Perhaps. Yeah.
No, he's like a inquisitor that didn't go the route of a servant. He was like he went. I follow this type of thinking now, and
we're assuming everything about Balin. We know nothing about Balin.
Right. I'm saying he could have just like I'm joining the Empire and the Emperor's plan, but in the Balin that we have in Ahsoka's kind of morphed into whatever, because again he lost all that.
That's 30 years
gone. Yeah, so he could start out this way, whereas like maybe he was asked to join the Inquisitors, right? But he did. Again, we don't have time for this. There's no time for me.
Dude, that's the last scene. That's the last scene. And Lord Vader, Balin's skull. And you're like, what?
Yeah. We're gonna need more, dude. All right, I don't want to gloss over this. Felipe is asking, does Hemlock have hand-to-hand combat training? I love this.
And then, hold on. Sorry, one more. And Shin is one of the kids that gets out, but Balin has one of these kids. Balin has young Shin.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good now.
Well, I just real fast on Felipe's. No, because I think Hemlock is a big. I think he's a scaredy cat. I don't think he's got any combat. Yeah. Balin and Shin. I mean, come on. I mean,
Balin for sure. We don't have time for this.
We don't have time for this, Chris. Unless it does leave us with this very possible spin-off show of whatever it is.
At the very end, we're gonna live on a cliffhanger. It'll be like to be continued in Asajj and Quinlan or Omega.
Hey man,
and Asajj.
I think I would applaud that, because I think that if we get out of this Clone Wars era, as far as like the run and gun and mission into this more Force kids on the run, kind of how like what Skeleton Crew is going to do, right? But more of that Empire stuff and the path. I think it's almost necessary to go another path other than a fun run and gun show, like another Clone Wars era show. Let's move on to that, and let's drop the clones. Let's drop those.
I think going more Force centric right now.
Yeah,
when you do that, and you're dealing with, like I said, saving Force sensitives. You're training a couple of them. You're dealing a lot with Jedi training. A lot of the relationship with Quinlan and Asajj is rock solid.
Yeah,
Omega learning how to move rocks. Right?
Yeah.
Crosshair not knowing what the hell to do with all this.
I think if you that kind of show, me personally, you just plop Omega with that group and no Bad Batch.
No clone. Let the clones be now.
Yeah.
Let the clones go. If any survive, go with Rex.
Yeah, you'll still have Rex as the mentor, as somebody that she can be a father figure or whatever it is to her.
Call on for help when needed in the show.
Yeah, but I think I'm ready for something where it's a little bit more Force, dark and light, and that kind of show, right?
We need a Force show.
And again, I know. So Acolyte's coming, and we'll have to see where that goes, if it's going to be a lot of that or not. But yeah.
Whew, I'm out of energy, man.
I know, right?
So, like for a shitty show, that was an awesome episode.
I think I'm going to work on this. This is a diagram of the timeline as it stands. I want to create an animated timeline that every time we have some sort of a addition to, with the Acolyte. So some kind of animated timeline that we can adjust with every new show.
I love it.
So
yeah,
when the ultimate question that Don the Dad Dorn always asks me is, when does this take place?
Yes.
Right. So whenever we start breaking down a show, our very first show where we start talking about that, we zoom in on the timeline, it zips over to where it belongs, and you see what it's surrounded.
I love it.
So and that can be like our toy chest, where we have the living, breathing document of new releases and all that. This can be the same thing for us, and it's just to help our listeners figure out where the fuck this stuff lives in the timeline, right?
I think we're having a planning session live. Guys, you're behind the curtain. Well done.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to pay for that.
We've always said we wanted to create the Starlight Digest definitive timeline, but it's a living, breathing document. It's just knowing how to do it. But it also, it's not just for the people who are watching Disney Plus shows or whatever. It's actually for us too, because just like I said, where's Thrawn in this? And now we can refer to it and go like,
we're going to start getting to the point where it's all touches. I mean, it's almost, we're very, very close. What else was in the middle? What's next to Kenobi?
Andor is there. Rebels is there.
Solo.
So you've got the Bad Batch. Oh, thank you, Solo. Shit, I forgot about Solo. Okay.
Yeah, Solo, Kenobi, Bad Batch.
Solo takes place about the same time that Obi-Wan takes place.
Yep.
So because it's
again looking at Leia, looking at Han.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
19 and 29, buddy.
So yeah, but I mean, every time something pops up, we can add it to this timeline and just
I like it, man.
Reanimation of it. All right.
No, seriously, because you can go from like season 1 to Bad Batch all the way to now, like and fill those time, and just maybe we'll have to agree on pinnacle moments or pivotal moments that were like, this happened. It's a timeline bullet, Tech dies or something like that.
We're looking at like Return of the Jedi right here, and then way over here we've got The Force Awakens. Look at all that empty space right there that we're filling up with like Mando and Ahsoka and
right.
It's still a lot of time, right?
It is. There's a lot.
That's what they're filling in with Mando and just taking it. There's a lot of space in there. There's a lot less space now in between Revenge of the Sith and
it's feeling very compact, right?
They got it. Well, because you go right to Clone Wars, right to Bad Batch. We'll go into this next show, we assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Into Solo, Kenobi, Andor to Rogue One, Rebels, Rogue One. It's
Rogue One into the
and then a lot of space covered in there.
Yeah, Rogue One. Like Felipe is saying, his daughter wants to love Ahsoka, but she's so confused because of Clone Wars. Yeah, exactly. Like we know.
Well, then you got to throw in Rebels.
Yeah.
We got
Rebels is actually probably more important than Clone Wars.
And you got Tales of the Jedi because you got the birth of Ahsoka.
Tales of the Jedi is just going to kind of be there.
No. I like
it's
the
got to be
fact of
fantastic.
everything.
I love the training montage, man. That's one of the best things.
Split up. Yeah.
After watching season 7, you have to watch season 7 and then watch a training montage in Tales of the Jedi, and that's one of the coolest damn scenes ever. You know,
I've always had that question of like, if I'm watching Clone Wars and I get up to season 5, right? Is it 6 or no? It's 5 seasons, because the lost seasons was the lost ones, and then 7, right? So
the lost seasons were good too.
Do you go like, do you watch Clone Wars 1 through 5 and then Revenge of the Sith and then season 7, or do you, because it blurs, you know, there's
it's the same
timeline.
They're in the same scenes.
Yeah, the last 4 episodes of season 7 and Revenge of the Sith, that's the same timeline. You could definitely intersperse those.
Right.
Yeah, I just watch whatever I'm watching. I would end with Revenge of the Sith, because you end with Vader.
Yeah.
So I would end with Vader, and then Tarkin and Vader and everybody up to the Death Star. That's where I'd end. And I'd have Luke and Kenobi drop off Yoda, not Yoda in some damn pod by himself.
But I look at that last episode of the Clone Wars, and I'm like, what have you got? You've got Ahsoka and Rex escaping a crashing ship, and then you've got that final scene of Vader staring at all the clone helmets on the blaster rifles.
Ahsoka sabers on the ground.
Sabers.
Right. And I'm thinking, okay, do you get to the point at the end of Revenge of the Sith where you pause it and then you watch that episode and then you restart Revenge of the Sith just to see?
Right. I mean,
or how do you break that up?
I just
Snyder is coming.
I let it roll with Revenge. And that is, since if I watch them close, so everything's fresh. This is what I know. Because I just love the scenes where like Ahsoka walks in and you know what's happening in the room, because you're like, oh shit, that's the back end of Revenge of the Sith. You can see their. That's it. It's crazy.
You watch the first 3 episodes of Ahsoka's arc in season 7, those last 4 episodes. You watch the first 3, then you watch Revenge of the Sith, and then you watch the last episode of the
right. I mean, if you really want to get there, everything
or you just find the one on YouTube where it combines it all.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. I'd never got a chance to see that before.
I haven't seen it either. So. That's a.
I do like. The books do a great job at this too. It's like Aftermath did an amazing job, because it started at the end of basically the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith, you know, or like it ended because all the droids shut down, and then all of a sudden there's this mysterious figure in black on the right as a right-hand person to the Emperor as a just showed up, and nobody knew it was Anakin. It was like, but it was mentioned in all the like the hollow nets and stuff as you're doing this this timeline, you're this book, and then everything happens, but it's the movie, you know what I mean? So it's like Revenge of the Sith is taking place right now as I'm reading this book. So I really like that kind of continuity.
What book was it though?
Aftermath.
Aftermath is post Return.
Yeah, post Return of the Jedi.
No, but there was okay. I think that it was.
I know which one you're talking about,
or was it Catalyst?
Oh, Catalyst.
Maybe it was Catalyst.
I think it was Catalyst.
Catalyst is a great book. Catalyst changed Rogue One completely, dude.
It was Catalyst. Yeah. So that was So but it had that. Yeah. No, it was cool. I loved it.
I haven't felt like that about a book in a while. Like those books, right? Like they got a really good span of books for a minute where I was like, now because it's High Republic focused.
Well,
right?
when it was all Journey to Force Awakens or Journey to this, it was like, oh, we're gonna get some precursors. And
you're right. That was hot times. Yeah. Right. Damn.
All right, guys. Well, let's see what next week brings. I don't know.
Dude, a whole bunch of.
Again, we're closer to the May 4th. We're closer to Tales of the Empire, and we'll be finished with the Bad Batch, and we have that to talk about. And then, of course, you know, and then the Acolyte is only a month after Tales. You know, literally a month. And then, so we got some stuff, man. We got some stuff to talk about, and again, we'll see what is checked off on our new, revised, and updated checklist for the Bad Batch. I have about 35 points to check off.
Thanks, so.
About 35 different ones, and I started this episode with 14. Okay, so 14 that we had to check off, but now I talked us into 35. So
that was good. They really should have asked us before the season.
They should have definitely conferred with us first. Yes,
I agree, man. Because the thing is, we're good, and that finale is going to be dope if they go with our idea and they change it up.
Yeah, they got a week to change it, right?
I mean, your connections. Do they ever like adjust things last minute for us? Do you know? Do you ever hear like, oh, Sarlacc thinks this would be a good idea. We should probably do that.
Well, we've seen everything, so obviously not.
You're muted. Ernie's muted.
Still muted. Yep. Nope.
Here, I'll unmute you. No, I can't. Can I?
He's broken.
There we go. Try it now.
No.
No, that's weird. Huh.
Disney shut him up.
Yeah, I guess we got our answer
again, isn't he? He's doing
alrighty. I forgot the question.
If Lucasfilm ever changes anything based on our ideas,
I know they do. Obviously,
since Ernie got shut down by the Lucasfilm government,
obviously that's a yes.
Let him answer. That should show everybody.
It's funny because you see in the back end here we can see that he is not muted right now, and he's even tapping his microphone, and there is nothing happening.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
I'm sorry, Ernie.
Sorry,
Ernie's in there.
Carson Teva just shut his ass down.
I like it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't like that he shut down. I just like that they caught it. So, all right.
Well, we're winding down there. So, yeah, I guess I'll Ernie, take us out. You just move your mouth and I'll talk.
Lip sync him. Go ahead.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody in the pit. Thanks you for joining us. Everybody here. Of course, we will be back here next week. Like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Hit that bell notification for all our drops. Yes, Scott.
I did want to mention that we do not have a in-person May 4th event this year. Just so we know, everybody knows who usually meets us at wherever we might be. We are not going to do a live in-person event this year due to circumstances beyond our control.
We're also not doing Cinco de Mayo, 4th of July, or Thanksgiving.
That was a very yes.
Just making sure everybody knew.
Yeah,
I'm just playing.
We got one more episode before May 4th, and we'll ask everybody what their plans are too, because being on a Saturday, it's very cool.
Sure, we'll have something.
Yes,
I don't
think so, but we'll see. All right, yeah, back to
Ernie's got an anniversary.
Yeah, and it's Ernie's anniversary too.
5th anniversary, isn't it? It's number 5, isn't it?
You better get it right, Ernie.
Yes, the Kyber anniversary.
Get it right, Ernie.
It should be your 5-year anniversary, I think. Or
this is fun.
5 years.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds like.
It is.
All right, guys. Again, I don't even know where I was, but like, subscribe, follow us on everything. We got Tashi Station Emporium, who is our sponsor of the Sarlacc Digest for all your figure stands, needs, and displays. Head over to Tashi Station with 10% off your entire order with the code Sarlacc Digest Podcast. And speaking of toys, of course, that also correlates to our toy show that was dropped Monday, every other Monday. So if you're not subscribed, you're going to miss all the great Star Wars collectible talk that we drop. So Tashi Station Emporium, we got Scott Solo, the artist Scott Solo, who does all our 1-minute toy reviews. Again, speaking of toys, we've got Bootleg Joe, bootleg_760. He's on Instagram, and a Godzilla Wrestling Raiders. I'm surprised you're not watching that Raiders special today, man. I'm very disappointed. You're not a fan. We've got
wow.
Yeah, exactly. We've got Grand Elmo Franz, and if you happen to go on Twitter and send a tweet, this is the guy that's going to respond to you. So, but otherwise, he's here. He's here now. So there's no reason to wait on Twitter. He's here now.
Just yell at me now.
Exactly. And
comment on the page. Comment on YouTube. I'll answer real quick there.
Yeah. Mando Mike playing the Grand Admiral Franz game only got one shot down because only one F-bomb was dropped. So for Chris.
I know my limits.
Yeah.
I slipped last week with 2, but it happens sometimes.
You had Mike lit. So of course we've got Fallen Fett over there, the Fallen Fett Chronicles, every Wednesday before our show at 6 p.m. Join him and then come over and join us.
Help the man out. Let's get him to 500. 500 subs. Ernie the Fallen Fett.
500 more.
Get him.
Of course, Ernie does not stop there. He's got like 7 other podcasts that he's a part of. And you would know that if you were part of the Fett Work, the Fallen Fett Federation. So again, everybody, thank you so much.
The Fett Work is dope. Damn.
Yeah, it is. It is cool. It is cool.
That's
again, everybody in the pit, have a good evening. Check us out. We got Beyond the Pits. We got Toy Chest. We got Starlight. We got everything. We got you covered, man. So,
yeah, we do.
Okay. With that, Scott,
keep it nerdy, everybody. Bye. See you next week.
Love you. Bye.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. What a fascinating play on words.